You hungry? Well, I'm hungry. You like baseball? Well, I love that shit. Want a slice of pizza? Go to New York. You want hot weather? Come to LA. You want to break bread? Call Nick Turturro. Ready, motherfucker? Are you ready? Well, I'm fucking ready. Get ready! John Salley in the house.
Yes, thank you.
Protect.
Crep
You got some
Protect.
wipes.
Oh, that's
Straight out of
dope.
London. Dope shit.
Shoe cleaning
Shoe
product.
cleaning, got 2 each.
You know what? Because I was
Good
just
stuff.
getting my shoes cleaned. They were going to cost me $45 a pair. And now that I got the ultimate sneaker care, I can just do it myself like I used to.
Yeah, yeah. It's good stuff. That's
Yeah.
that's for suede and canvas.
Shout out Mark Haddon. Thank you.
Shout out Mark Haddon.
That's
good
hot.
dude.
That's hot.
Out of London. Who's that lovely young lady?
This is all right. This is all right.
Yeah, you like it?
Yeah,
Show
this-
my Yankee shit.
is
Even though, you
wonderful.
know,
Yeah.
my brother over there with Woody Allen.
Oh, yeah,
We
yeah.
got
Woody
Brucey
Allen.
from The Longest Yard.
Yeah, I know. I remember that movie made Spike very happy that John did a movie with Woody Allen.
It made Spike happy?
No, it was being very funny.
Well, Spike is the other Woody.
Oh, hot. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
what's up. Bye, baby. This is dope. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for doing this, man. We're happy to have you. John
I heard
Salley,
this is-
Brooklyn's own.
Brooklyn's own.
Where were you born in Brooklyn?
I was born at Brooklyn Jewish Hospital in Flatbush. I'm from Canarsie. My mother had me at Brooklyn Jewish Hospital because she didn't like my brother's circumcision, so she wanted mine done professionally by a mohel. So I have a really good circumcision. I swear to God, that's what my mother told me, is why I was born at Brooklyn Jewish Hospital in Canarsie. I grew up in Canarsie till I was 18. PS 272,
What high school?
John Wilson 211, Canarsie High School.
Were you a legend in high school? Or just...
Nikki, I'm a legend now. What you a legend?
I
Everything
know.
behind it is
I
legendary.
know you're a legend.
Yeah, I had a lot of records at Canarsie, I think, I heard. And I did, you know, it's the only place I ever wanted to play. I got to see Bernard King, Albert King play at Canarsie.
At
Like, he
Canarsie.
literally came in from Fort Ham. I was 14 in junior high school, my 8th grade. My brother brings me there to see the great Al King score 50 on Canarsie. A great story. You know you can't dunk on the layup line in high school, right? And they had rules like in college back in the 70s because of Kareem, you couldn't dunk. But you can't dunk on the layup line. It's automatic technical foul. And my brother makes me get there early because he says it's going to be packed. Albert King is playing. I go to see, and this dude walks in with this jean leisure suit and a boom box.
Green?
I mean, it was clean. It was blue, light blue jean, but he walks in with the boom box. And he doesn't have a bag. And I'm thinking, yo, this dude is by himself. He going to get robbed for that box. I don't know who he is.
Right.
Then these thugs walk in. And the guys that you know have no problem getting with it.
Right.
I'm not going to call them thugs. And they walk up to him, and he hands him the box, and they hand him his bag. It was his crew. And when he comes out, our cheerleaders were cheering for him. Like, oh my God, they go Albert King. And he comes down, and he does this rockabye and dunks it in the layup line. First thing, refs say nothing.
Wow. So that was a no-no, huh?
It was a no-no, but the refs didn't say a word. And I watched this dude get busy. And I remember with my brother, I dropped my wallet too, my bus pass, my ID down. I remember having to go back to Canarsie the next day. And I said, it's under the bleachers. And they pull the bleachers out. And I go down there and I get my bus pass. But I just realized how many people were there. And I was in the gym the next day after. And I come out and I tell my brother, I said, hey, I'm going to be a pro. I said, I'm going to be bigger than Albert King. And he was like, that's the way to think, Johnny. That's the way to think.
There's your brother?
Yeah, that's the way to think. My brother Jerry Salley, love him to death. And from that day on, I never missed a day of playing basketball. I shoveled the snow off the court, Nick. I played if it was raining. I played if it was cold. And when it was really hot and nobody was in the park, I was there by myself. So I put more hours in from 8th grade to finishing college than anybody else. There was no way I was not going to be a pro.
You put the work in. There was an Italian guy that I used to love, Ernie D. Remember Ernie D. Gregorio?
Ernie D.
He'd play for Providence with Marvin Barnes, maybe before
Really?
your time.
Yeah, that was before my.
Yeah, because I'm a little older than you.
Yeah, Bad News Barnes.
Yeah, Marvin Barnes. He had a crow pipe and shit.
Yeah,
he was a tough guy. Played in
Detroit.
the
He was a bad man.
Yeah.
He was a bad man on a bad team.
Ernie D, they said, used to practice 8 hours a day. He had a beautiful shot, wrist shot. And in the NBA, they called him Ernie No D because he was slow. But he was a great passer.
Really?
Great passer. And he was a little Italian guy from Providence, Rhode Island. Because he was Italian, not too many Italians.
Yeah, I understand. We
love.
Isn't that funny? I grew up in Canarsie, which was an Italian Jewish neighborhood. So I learned.
So you're an honorary Italian.
Yeah, well, this is so funny. Right? I think I'm more Italian than most Italians. And let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. In one of my past lives.
You tell me why.
Because when I went to Italy, I was in Frenzy, better known to all you knuckleheads, known as Florence.
Right.
And I knew my way around.
How did you know?
I don't know. I knew my way around. My wife thought it was trippy. And I thought, and I loved everything Italian. And I thought, maybe it's because I've seen so many books on Italy, on Florence, on Milan. I've always wanted to be there.
Right.
And my affinity at the time were all Italian women. And this happened in first grade.
You liked Italian women?
First grade. Susanna Passalacqua.
Susanna what?
Susanna Passalacqua. This is funny. Passalacqua means pass the water. But Susanna Passalacqua, I just thought this little, and at that time she had baby fat, this little pudgy girl was just so fine. And then for picture day, her mother dressed her and with all this black lace, and I thought this was the baddest woman on the planet. It's funny, as we got older, I was just friends with Susanna, but it's always was, I like those Italians.
But you felt an affection for the people.
When I had a chance to go play in Europe, to go to Greece and not Italy. Because if I would have gone to Italy, then I would have had more wives, more children, more stress.
Right. That was your weakness.
I already knew.
So you played in Greece?
Yeah, I went to Greece for 6 weeks.
6 weeks?
Yeah, at one time I thought I was smarter than everybody else. So I had won my 3rd championship with the Bulls, 1996.
You're a 3-time champion, right?
At that time, 4-time now.
4-time.
And then
4 rings.
Don't worry about it. Then who's counting, Nikki? And I'm just joking, but I literally said, you know what? I want to see the world. So it was a team in Bologna that offered me one amount, and then there was a team in in Greece that doubled it. And when you're chasing the bag, which is the biggest mistake to do in life, don't ever chase the money. It's not running.
Right.
I should have gone with what I wanted in my life. But I knew I wanted to be in Milan. I wanted to play in Italy. But instead, I played in Greece. And I didn't like it.
You didn't care for the Greece?
I loved the culture.
You did?
Yeah, the culture. I like all that because the culture is mixed with African. So I like learning as much as possible. But my coach, who was a great coach in Croatia, he won like 4 or 5 championships with Tony Kukoc. He wanted me to run up and down court and do all this thing. And I said, no, that's not how I get in shape.
Right.
And we practiced like it was high school. And I said, dude, I'm not doing this. I just won my 3rd championship. Why are you destroying my body?
At this point in your career.
Yeah, and I'm the vegan who literally does yoga, who is in meditation.
When did you become a vegan?
I started in 1991.
Why? Just
my cholesterol was 274. I was 27, and one of the ways to combat high cholesterol or bad cholesterol or hypertension or chances of getting cancer is to be on a plant-based diet. So when the evidence and the truth was there, once you know, you can't unknow. You can literally say, I don't want to pay attention because I like the way this tastes. And that's stupid because it's the only body you have. So you might as well take care of it as if you take care of your inanimate objects. You should take care of this. And then if you're going to be a high-octane athlete, you should literally only put high octane in your body.
You hear that?
Makes sense.
What's your cholesterol?
Yeah.
My cholesterol?
Yes. Is it good or bad?
It's probably a little high.
A little high?
Yeah.
Well, with the bags on the eye, I said you got some blood pressure situations too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You retaining water.
He doesn't
Yeah.
drink enough
I
water.
don't drink enough water.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. You either will or you won't be able to.
Be able to what? Drink water?
Yeah. You either drink that water or you won't be able to.
I never liked to drinking water, but now I'm trying to force myself.
So let me tell you when you can't. Once you get that stroke and you can't lift your own cup,
Oh, then it's too late, right?
then it's never is too late, but
Yeah.
then you'll be jealous everybody.
You told me when we were doing a TV show to drink water, but then you
That's it.
disappeared.
No,
you gave me some jug.
I gave you some jugs.
You gave me a fucking
and I got
jug.
it here.
Yeah.
But I'm not giving you mine.
He gave me.
Gotta drink
What'd you
water.
give me? Alkaline water?
No, distilled water, which
the
is
hell is
easier. Distilled water.
Distilled water?
I drink distilled water.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You were telling me I had to drink, like, I forget what you were saying.
So how much do you weigh?
Right now?
190.
No, yesterday.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm just saying.
How much did you weigh yesterday? I'm going to start saying
With
that.
no clothes or clothes?
With no clothes.
Probably 184.
Lies. 190.
Nah, that's with clothes.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'8". Short.
Okay. So
How
in
much
high
should
school,
I
how
weigh?
much did you weigh?
Oh, I was skinny, starving for weight.
How much did you weigh in high school?
130.
130. And your best weight in high school, so let's just say we get you to 160.
That's a good weight.
That's a good weight.
Yeah.
For a sexy black woman, yes.
For a sexy black woman?
But that's a good weight for just letting y'all out there know. That's a good weight.
Damn, for a sister.
That's a good weight for a sister at 5'7". Okay, so let's say we get to 160. That's a good weight.
Wow. I think 170 would be a good weight for me.
Really?
I'm not saying I couldn't do 160.
Right. So you're thinking.
You mean muscle?
No, you're thinking as in weight. So let me tell you how I do it.
How do you do it?
I
What are you?
think
You're 6'10"?
6'11", 3/4, 248 pounds,
What was your plain weight?
250.
So you're in just as good a shape.
Thank you. I'll let you say it. So this is the deal. This is how I look at it.
You healthy?
That's right.
Very healthy, right?
Do not.
You don't get sick much?
Yeah, I'm sick now. I got on a flight to Vegas. You know, everybody was.
Do you have any
coughing on me.
issues? Stomach issues? Back issues?
I cancel people's issues.
Oh.
I cancel. Let's just say this. Let's not talk about weight.
All right.
Let's just say, Nick, we're going to get you healthy.
Yeah.
So you got to drink 30 ounces of distilled water when you first wake up.
Why distilled water?
Because it's pure water. There's nothing in it. And they're going to say, well, alkaline. And they're going to tell you, well, tap water. There's too many things in the water. So distilled water doesn't have anything in it. So
Nothing.
that's why I drink it.
And that's why you drink it.
It just has water. It just hydrates your body.
Okay.
So, and they know that
30 ounces is how much?
30 ounces is how much you're going to drink in the morning.
Well, how much is how big is it? 30 ounces.
How big are you?
Big enough.
How many ounces? Right. So this right here,
Yeah, what's that?
this B.E.T.T.A
Yeah, I
that
drink
I
that
really
shit.
like from this company.
I do like that.
Right.
Yeah.
But you're not going to drink this. This is 16 ounces
So
two
I
of
should
these.
wake up and drink 2 of those,
of water,
of just water.
distilled water.
Distilled water.
When you first wake up, you lean to the side.
I thought you weren't supposed to drink distilled water.
When you lean to the side,
That's
I
what
want you to
thought.
grab the water, and I want you to drink it before you pee.
Before I pee?
Soon as you get up,
What if
you
I have
go-
to pee?
If you got to pee, when you get up,
Yeah,
drink the water, then go pee.
and go pee.
If you want to take the water with you and drink while you're peeing, whatever you're talented. Most people can't chew gum and walk, so I'm giving you one or the other. But if you can do both, you're a bad man. So I want you to drink
So
the
you
water.
want me to drink 30 ounces of water?
32.
32
When you first wake up.
before my coffee,
When you first wake up.
because I got to have coffee.
Okay, so let's think about it. Who says so?
Who says what?
You got to have it.
No, it makes me go to the bathroom.
Who told you that?
I just know my system.
You know your system.
You know
Do
your
you know
body.
your system is asking for water?
Probably.
So wait, so what if you know your system? Why would you not? If your system is asking for water, you give it coffee when it asks for it.
That's true.
So maybe
But
it's
I don't
not the
always
system.
think. I don't always think my body's asking for
Did
water.
you say you don't always think? You're going to tell these people that?
Well, don't try to confuse me.
I
now.
didn't. I'm just saying this. So that's the first thing. So let me
right.
explain. Let me explain what
I
happened.
know you're big on this water thing.
Let me explain. Everyone is. That's why.
Is that,
have you noticed
Is that my ticket to being healthy?
Yeah.
Drinking more water
distilled water?
and hanging around.
Well, if you want the ability you had to make Nick to continue into your elder age, and the ability to remember stuff about the Yankees that no one else cares about, you will drink a gallon of water a day. If not, your memory will fade, and your ability to make another Nick when you do a call on it is going to fade, and they're going to give you pills for your high blood pressure and your cholesterol problem.
Oh, I don't want that.
Right. So oil and water don't mix. So the more water you drink, the less high cholesterol you're going to have.
Okay. Makes sense.
Then you're going to be feeling so good that we're not going to let you eat stuff that adds cholesterol. So let me tell you, right now, you have bacon on top of turkey with coleslaw, which is full of mayonnaise and olive oil on a bread that has milk, eggs in it, with lettuce that is nothing but water and genetically modified. And not only do you have one, there are 3 stacks of this cholesterol causing heart blocking food.
But in here.
Just there right now,
Just in the
that can stop a
coleslaw?
heart.
Really?
Just one slice of that sandwich.
Wow.
Because of the dead
What if you just eat the turkey without nothing? Is the turkey bad for you?
was dead.
Yeah.
And that's processed. So we don't know what part of the turkey.
Oh, okay.
And you don't know if that turkey was sick before they slaughtered it.
Yeah.
Because if it was sick before the slaughter, once they slaughter it, doesn't make it less sick.
Does make you tired, turkey, but
No. It makes you dead. Makes you
Dead?
sick.
really?
Yeah. It's the reason you get tired. It is a chemical inside of it. But the other reason is your body is wondering, where do you want it to put this dead stuff? It's your body is going, I'm not a coffin. Where do you want me to put these dead animal parts? He goes, I don't know. Well,
So
we're
what
not going
about
to put it through the
steak?
processor.
Steak too?
We're going to put it in fat cells. Okay, put it into the fat cells. Let's extend the fat cells. And what are we going to do with this oil? Well, it slipped into the blood. It did? Yeah. Well, where's it going? I don't know. It'll find its way. So then it clogs your veins, and it clogs your heart. And if enough blood gets to your heart but not to your brain, you have a stroke. A stroke or a heart attack are the same thing, just 2 different places.
Right.
So if you don't put this in your wonderful avatar known as a body, you don't really have to worry about putting this into fat cells
Right.
or clogging your arteries and veins with cholesterol, bad cholesterol.
So diet is the number one thing, right?
Well,
Water,
living well is the number one thing.
living well.
That's the number one thing. Diet has the word die in it. I don't usually use it.
No.
I just
When you
eat
say living well, what does that mean to you?
no disease, no paths, no blockages. The body moves. If I see some girl and she, happens to be my wife and she's sexy, I can still, right? It's none of that. Back in the day, I don't have that problem.
Right.
A lot of guys have that. That's sad.
Well, it's a weakness.
Well, no, not that part. That's a goodness. To have that fire that men have is a good thing. The longer you keep it, the longer
Right.
you're alive, right?
The longer you burn, you're right. Keep that fire.
Keep that fire going.
lit, yeah.
But you can't do it when you don't feed the fire the stuff that the fire needs.
Exactly.
Yeah. You ever notice a gorilla is a raw foodist, has 3 wives? A lion is a predator, sleeps 18 hours a day. Women go get the food, kill it. He goes, eats some of it, goes to sleep, has sex 3 times, 4 times a day.
A lion. Damn.
But then he got to fight off other lions.
Yeah.
It's a trip. It's a hard job. You should do the history of a lion and then tell me if you're a predator or you supposed to eat meat. Once you see animals that supposed to eat meat, how they act, tell me if you're supposed to be like that.
Never thought about it that way.
I know, man. Most people don't. They just go to the grocery store because they're punks and they just pick up the dead animal parts and don't care where it came from.
Do you drink alcohol?
Oh yeah, I had a
You like
wine
wine?
called the Vegan Vine wine.
Oh, you have a vegan wine?
Well, most wines are vegan. Just 7% of them aren't. And I just thought it was a good way of getting the word vegan out there and then having a conversation.
Right.
So when you had the Vegan Vine wine, they go, "Isn't all wine vegan?" And then you have a conversation once they're drinking a good wine about veganism. And then when you get them a little tipsy and they go, "Let me get some more of that vegan wine." I said, "You should have some more of this vegan cheese." "That shit is cheese. That cheese is vegan." Now I brought you down the path and you feel good later on when you go, "I ate vegan and it's the same way." And then you keep eating vegan and then you go from 189 down to 160. And your penis is working and your eyes aren't puffy. You go, John Salley was kind of right.
Yeah.
I'm thirsty. Let me get a glass of water.
Sounds better than going to the man's clinic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so someone was on the juice here.
I wasn't on the juice. I took some natural testosterone just to boost myself, but I
Right.
didn't like the side effects.
You got a headache.
It just was weird, sweating at night.
Why'd you have a headache yesterday?
Because you said I didn't drink enough water,
You didn't drink any water. Any.
which is probably true.
No
right?
water, right? So when you have it in the tea, the water now becomes tea. So you didn't drink water, you drank tea.
Otherwise, you got to drink the water.
So
That's
I
the
got
key.
another way of making you okay with the water.
Okay.
So this is for the people who don't drink water.
Distilled.
Slice lime, slice it, put it in your water, drink the water.
Oh, I like that.
One slice.
One
real
slice.
thin.
Lime
put it
or
in
lemon?
the water, lime,
Why lime?
because I said so.
All right. Because John Salley said so.
Well, it's
He's
more
like-
it's more hydrating.
He came on to be my nutritionist.
It came on to help. I may say it in jest, but seriously, if you thinly slice a lime and you put it in the water, in a glass of water, one, why you don't like water is you like taste,
Right.
because you're pre-diabetic, because you like sugar.
Because I like Coca-Cola.
Wow, that's amazing
I love Coca-Cola.
that you said it so freely without them paying you to say that. So
I
don't
can't
do it again.
always think about. I mean,
I
maybe
want
you're
you
right.
to always think about it because
Really?
they are banking on it. Let me tell you how much they bank on it. I went to Georgia Tech, which is mostly sponsored by that place you mentioned. And they were so brainwashed, our school, that the other company with the blue color came in and put a room, literally a machine with their product in my dorm.
Right.
When they came back at the end of the weekend, it was outside, upside down, and all of the cans were punctured. No one drank it. Had it upside down. And it was the kids in the school. It wasn't like they said thugs. They were like, "You can't have that blue color on our campus. We're red and white." I could not. I thought it was Bloods and Crips. I was like, wow.
Is that Georgia Tech?
Yeah, Georgia Tech. So I don't ever talk about those companies unless.
All right. You got a point there.
Yeah, it's just a
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah.
Nikki, everyone loves
I
you.
know.
We got to figure out how to get this going.
What are you talking about? This is distilled water. The one we have at our house.
That's distilled?
It says it.
I actually like that. Simple truth.
Yeah, that's why it's called Simple Truth, because it's simple water.
Oh, okay.
It's nothing. It's
So if I
nothing in
drink,
it.
when I wake up, John Salley wants me to drink 2 of those, right?
Yeah, when you wake up, drink one.
One.
Go to the bathroom, drink another
Then
one.
drink another one.
Now, before you have your coffee,
Yeah.
right? Before you go to your routine, don't have it.
Don't have what?
The coffee.
Don't have the coffee.
No.
Why? Just as a test?
Yeah, just see if it's controlling you or you controlling it.
Yeah. Well, if I don't move my bowels, then I gotta.
Right.
You
Well,
know.
we didn't get to that part yet.
Yeah.
But if you drink this water,
Yeah.
so let me tell you, I bought you a product. It's in the car.
All right.
It's called B.E.T.T.A Belly. Nick, you want to get it?
Yeah.
Can you get it? And this is so good. How many bottles of that water? Everybody, come on! You got to get your face on camera. Yeah.
They know
Anyway.
what he looks like.
Yeah, I know.
The fans hate me. It's all good.
Good. And that's the best thing. Love and hate. Soon as you walk up to the car, the door will open. Well, it'll open. It's the Tesla.
Then how do I lock it?
Don't touch anything.
Where'd you
Just
get
walk
that-
up to the car and
Where'd you
push
get
the
that
silver
t-shirt?
on this side. You'll see it right on the.
Where'd you get that T-shirt?
My t-shirt?
Yeah,
At the Field of Dreams movie site.
the movie set?
the movie set.
They can't see her, so you can't talk
No,
about
no, but
it.
I'm looking.
But they can't see her, so you can't talk about it.
Why? I
Are
talk.
you kidding me?
Yeah.
We gotta have class. We gotta have a class here. Come
Try-
here a second with just your shirt.
All right, show the shirt.
That's the shirt. Now we gotta pay her. Jesus H. Christ. Are there no classes here? No. So the deal is,
Go ahead.
what's gonna make you go to the bathroom is not the caffeine. I know you believe that, but
Is that like in my head?
yeah, it's a routine you have. And the crazy thing is, yes, I'm not just saying the caffeine.
But
that
there's
is running
something.
through your system.
There's something in coffee that makes you.
Right.
Is
and I
it, is
mentioned
it
the
diabetic?
caffeine.
Is it a what they call it?
No, you put sugar in your coffee.
I do put sugar,
Yeah.
but I have it black.
Oh, God bless you. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Am I supposed to say bless you?
No,
Damnus ovis.
I like mine black, man.
like it black. So imagine. So I'm going to show you that because the more water I get in your system, that's weight.
Okay, a water weight. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when I did the hot yoga with him. I dropped 2-3 pounds.
Cool.
Which
One
was-
one last thing. Just walk back over there and just push the top of it.
This thing?
No. Right here on the top.
Right here?
Yeah, just once. Don't push it twice. Go open the door and I'll lose my door and then your father can't afford to give me $125,000.
Right.
So this right here, this is my product. I know.
B.E.T.T.A.
B.E.T.T.A. Ah, you see that?
Well, I can. I got one good eye.
Mo better.
Mo better.
I
Yeah.
couldn't get the mo. So better eating today, tomorrow, always.
Okay.
That's what it stands for. And this is your product. Nick, I'm going to give this to you.
Thank you.
The whole family's going to do this.
What is this?
You're going to take 2 teaspoons. You're going to put it in that water.
Right.
And you're going to drink it tonight. And you're going to drink water. In the morning, you're going to have your movement.
So it's what is it like a Metamucil kind of
No, like I don't mention other people. I don't pay me, Nikki. It is literally use your platform, brother. It is literally. I was finding I was helping people lose weight for like 20 years, and then I realized it'd be better for me to help people become healthy. And how you become healthy is you rid as much things out of your lower intestine as possible. You just like everyone grabs their stomach.
thing? Right.
Well, your stomach is up here.
It's up here?
Yeah, you know when you get heartburn and you go like
Yeah,
this?
yeah, I get it
Well,
here.
your heart is here. And
Right.
the burn comes from your stomach. This is your intestines.
So where's the stomach?
Right there.
The stomach's up here?
Yeah.
Why do we all feel the stomach is over here?
Because
But
you
that's
guys
your-
don't pay attention to diagrams.
Oh, I didn't even realize the
Yeah,
stomach was
so
that
there's
high.
the rib cage.
Oh, that's
the
why you-
heart
that's
is
why
more
you
in
get-
the middle.
And that's why they call that heartburn?
Right, because the
What is that,
esophagus
acid?
goes down.
Is that acid?
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the heart. It gets inside and
So
you go like
this-
this and you belch and
Yeah.
you wonder why.
Right.
Everything under the ribs and your liver's over here and your lungs are here. Everything under the protection is the rib cage. So imagine football players and boxers when boxers get hit in the rib cage, constantly hitting the rib cage. And they're
Right.
like people are trying to get to their vital organs. Michael Moore used to say, I punch you directly in the chest. His first punch, he wanted to be on your heart because it stops your heart for a second.
Oh my God.
And he goes, your brain realizes it, but you don't realize your brain realizes, yo, this dude just tried to stop
My heart.
my heart.
Yeah.
And psychologically, it wear you down. That's why body punches and boxes, you know, they'll quit.
Debilitating, right? Yeah, they cripple you.
So these are your intestines,
I see.
your guts.
That's your guts.
That's why when you feel something, you get a gut feeling, right? That's your first
feeling
mind.
in my gut.
That's your first mind. It's usually right.
Right.
This is your brain.
Yeah, but this, do you believe that this controls this
No,
somewhat,
I
right?
believe your gut controls everything.
Everything?
Yeah.
Like when you,
What's that you know, that
Yeah.
joke that the a-hole, your anus,
right.
is more in control than any other organ in your body.
That's true.
Because if it shuts, like you said, if you don't do your elimination in the morning, you don't feel right. I'm going to literally, with this product, B.E.T.A Belly, you can get to thebetterlifeness.com in case you got to check it out. But you can go to johnsalley.com. And when everybody I've given that has lost up to 20 pounds because your weight is the fact that you have all this unprocessed feces.
In here.
Right. So when you're going to the bathroom in the morning, I don't know where you're going because your stomach is big.
Yeah. Well, my stomach is big because
there's food in it.
Because there's food there, right?
That hasn't been digested. Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
Right. So this product helps you, and I got this out of Koreatown. This guy had this product. He's like 85 years old. Everybody has sent him to me. I mean, kept telling me to go to him. I go in Koreatown. There's a line to see the dude. So
Really?
I act like I'm from New York and I was supposed to be there. I go in the front, and he's just literally checking people's stomach, touching this, and and he touches another part, and he goes out, and he either gives them Better Belly 1 or Better Belly 2.
What's in it?
It's 14 different mushrooms, Chinese herbs, and I literally bought the company from him because he was about to retire.
Because you believe in the product?
I've been taking it since 2010.
And what has it done for you? Just tremendous?
I don't have that belly.
You don't have that belly.
Nah, I don't have.
And you
the
take
belly.
this just two at night? Every night?
I tell people to take it before 9:30 at night. If you take it at night before, and that's why I say I take it with 32 ounces of water. So, and I'm not telling you what waters to get, but if you got a Fiji water, if you got a spring water, you got one of those liters, I put the 2 teaspoons in that, and I drink that before 9:30 at night. The reason I take that much water is because the water is needed to help your body. You don't drink water, so that's why you have a belly.
That's why I'm bloated?
That's you call it bloated. That's hilarious.
But that's the word I use.
Yes, not what your son was using. But the more water you add to that, you're now adding a river to help that
so
go out.
how do I lose this thing?
You drink a gallon of water.
And this will go down?
And you take Better Belly 7 nights, 2 nights on, 7 nights. And that's why I only gave you enough for 21 days. Because if you don't call me in 21 days, then I need more Better Belly because you're going to feel unbelievable. If you don't call and tell me that.
It's not going to wake me up in the middle of the night, right? I mean.
No, but
when I wake up.
This is what I tell men. Guess what happens?
What?
When you lose your belly.
My gut.
All the blood.
Right.
Now that's been going to your stomach trying to digest
will go where?
Will go to the other part, your prostate. It will go to your prostate, which will help shrink your prostate. And then when your prostate is shrunk, and then all of a sudden.
I was told I have the prostate of a 20-year-old.
Really? Give it back.
I don't know if it's true.
That's pretty slick. Well, imagine then the blood will go and stay in the region you want it to.
Oh.
And you won't have the puff. You won't have to worry about losing weight for a roll. You're going to be alive and happy.
Well,
and Better Belly. Just go betterlifeness.com. Better, B-E-T-T-A, lifeness.com.
You see, I had a better career as a skinny guy, thin guy. I did. But what happened to me was I was always starving for weight, and I wanted to be not fat or heavy. I just wanted to gain weight.
Right.
Because I always thought...
and you also didn't want to go to the gym and do push-ups.
Right. So when I gained some weight, I was happy. I thought, I'm going to live now because I'm gaining weight. I thought I was healthy. And I didn't realize it was hurting me.
We got to stop you from thinking, Nikki. Got to stop you from thinking. Your thoughts are not moving in the direction we needed to move. And this is the deal. It's really
my brother
simple.
John was here. You'd guys be having a field day with me.
Oh.
He's very healthy.
Yeah.
He's a lot like you.
Right. But you'll probably live longer than both of us.
I don't know about that. I mean, we'll see. I'm 57. If I make it to 60, then maybe I'll... If I make it to 60.
See, that's funny. It's the truth.
Well, I didn't know if I'd make it to 50.
Right.
A lot of people die in their 50s. People are dying all the time.
Right. Some people die. Some people die in their ones. People die.
No, I know
they
that.
They die in their 20s, their 30s, their 10s. People die.
I'm not concerned with getting old. I'm just looking to live.
Yeah. I want you to... Remember you said, what's the most important thing? You said diet. I said, no, living well. The most important thing
is feeling good,
enjoying this life.
Is enjoying the life.
Period. Everything else can kiss
Because if you don't feel that way, you don't feel good, what's the point, right?
If you don't enjoy your life, why are you doing it? Enjoy your life.
Because I had this other thing too, this diverticulitis shit.
Really? Oh, if you take some Better Belly and you drink water, and we stop you from eating dead stuff, guaranteed, all the other stuff is going to
It'll cure that.
I didn't say that.
Not cure it.
I didn't say it.
Right.
I said we can eliminate most of the issues you have.
All right.
Do you eat Impossible Burgers?
No,
No. You just don't like them? Or
I don't eat those burgers.
Oh, is that new burger? Oh, no, I'm not supposed to say these freaking names, of course. Mr. Salley said.
I didn't say
I'm
that.
not getting paid.
I don't say them. But that company, no, I don't eat their burgers.
Okay.
I've had a really good burger, the Beyond Meat burger. But the other company I haven't eaten.
Is that good? Beyond Meat?
It's better than that dead animal in front of you.
Oh. Where do I get that, Beyond Meat?
Every grocery store in the country, and South Africa, London, and Germany.
It tastes
and
good?
Canada. It tastes. This is funny. Does it taste good? It tastes like dead animals. It's just not a dead animal. And you know that. And everybody goes, why do you vegans make everything look and taste and smell like the real stuff? And I said, well, a cow is not a burger. And why do I name it that, right? A chicken is not a nugget, right? So you make stuff up the same way we do. We just make it up knowing that in your brain you have been brainwashed and literally fed a lie that this stuff is healthy for you. So I look at veganism differently. Not only am I helping myself live better, I'm improving the environment, and I'm hopefully lessening slavery for another earthling.
Do you think most athletes are as conscious as you? Like, I mean, have you helped other athletes?
I hope so. It's funny. I don't do it for recognition. I literally realized that.
I didn't say you did, but
No.
Yeah.
What I mean is, I don't do it. Hey, this is what I'm doing. I do it because, just like if there's dishes in the sink, and all of a sudden you're about to go to bed, and everybody's going to bed, and there's a dish in the sink, but you didn't put it there. If you don't wash that dish and clean everything out, and then put it there to dry, you're going to aid and abet roaches.
Right.
It's not your dish, but you're up. It's not going to take you but a minute to wash it or less. Let's get it done. Let's not have any roaches. That's the way it is. I do it because every time or every day that somebody becomes vegan, 7,500 land animals don't go to slaughter. Meaning, and as a black man, not saying I'm sensitive and it's the same thing, it's not, but any kind of slavery, some of my Jewish friends says never again. I don't think there should be any kind of slavery, and putting these animals in the way they're doing it, and it's slavery. And I said, you eat those animals, they're gonna get you back. Sure enough, Nick, you got a belly that we're gonna get rid of with B.E.T.T.A Belly if you listen, and water. Because if you got too much of a memory, you're too good of a guy to forget who played, how many games Manny has won for the Yankees.
Right.
You don't want it. You don't want to be like, I forgot. What's that guy's name? Mickey Mantle. Yeah, Mickey Mantle. We don't want to hear Nicky forget who Mickey Mantle was. So we got to get you healthy. Because if you're not healthy, that means all of that knowledge you have is lost.
Right. Like a lot of times things are on the top of my head, top of my tongue, and I can't, I know it's there, but it's like, oh my God, it just doesn't work.
Right. Bob Costas, it works, so they remember it.
I mean, I don't got guys giving me notes. I can improvise on the fly.
You can, but I did give you notes. We're not paying that water company, so let's put it down. This is a very important thing. And anybody that sees this that says, I'm an asshole, thank you. I worked really hard at it. But I'm not.
Fuck them.
I'm not. But this is why.
Because this is your way of life.
Right. No one realizes that everything you see, every single thing you see, especially in television, somebody's paying for it to be there because they know there are people watching.
Exactly.
Right. I came to be on your show not to advertise my piece, which I wind up thinking to do once we were talking about it, because I thought we were going to talk about something else. Then I was like, I might as well talk about it because I'm helping you. Somebody out there may say, well, should help me too. And I love you, and I want you to stay around.
Thank you.
Right.
And
I don't have time for a funeral. I'm not going. So
no,
I don't like hospitals. So I try to stay out of them.
Now, you know that John Salley's first love is acting?
Yeah.
You guys know that? Does the world know that? Nobody knows it.
I don't know.
He wanted to be an actor.
I am an actor. I'm
He
on a
is an
series.
actor.
I'm on a series right
we
now.
did a show, I Feel Bad, and he's not a bad actor.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate
He's very
that.
good. We were in the frame together.
That's
we worked
right.
well together.
Are you in the new Bad Boys?
So no, I'm not in the new Bad Boys, but I'm in the series
What are you in the
LA's
series?
Finest with Gabrielle Union and Jessica Alba. Also, which is Bad Boys, but for 2 women. And it was an NBC. It was an NBC pilot that NBC wound up spending a lot of money on and decided not to run with it. So Jerry Bruckheimer gets it back, and now it's on Spectrum One. So if you got Spectrum Cable, this is their #1 show, and we're in our 2nd season. So I get to play
nice.
the same reprise role I did in Bad Boys the movie in the TV show.
Oh, okay.
So I play Fletcher. Yeah, I shot 2 Mondays. I shoot every Monday. That's when they have me shooting. Last Monday was fun. I played with a whole bunch of kids. We played dodgeball. And then yesterday I was in a scene with Ernie Hudson and Gabrielle Union, which is usually the scenes I'm in. And sometime I was in like 4 scenes with Jessica
What's the name of the show?
LA's Finest.
LA's Finest. So is it like, what, a half hour show or an hour?
It's I binge watch. So they put out 3 at a time.
3 at a time?
3 at a time. It's a trip. Different life.
Yeah.
Different life. But yeah, my favorite thing is, and I'm producer now. I'm probably gonna put my own movies out. I did it, and then I kept thinking, okay,
Are you a movie buff?
yeah,
From, what was your era? The 80s or what?
all of them.
80s.
No. So what I did is
70s.
I had a company. I found out about a great director named Oscar Micheaux. Oscar Micheaux is a black director. The Oscar is named after him.
That's who was named after?
That's the craziest thing in the world. And Oscar Micheaux were doing movies for $750,000 at the time. And
At one time, that wasn't bad money.
it's not bad money now.
Yeah, I mean, if you could make a good...
If you can give me $750,000, I'm going to give you a $4 million movie.
You mean
I'm gonna give you-
production-wise?
Production-wise.
Yeah.
Right? The look of it.
Yeah.
Everything else, we know this. And I say this. If you're shooting a movie,
Mm-hmm.
production, and I'm going to be nice, $1 million. If you don't pay anybody for acting, $1 million for the crew. And the replacements, and the stuff, and the editing, and the music. You don't, the rest of it, when somebody said, man, it's $40 million budget, that's because you got to pay the actors.
Right.
And the director.
Right.
And you got to get a guy who's got an award, and you got to pay him for the award he already got.
Right.
So that's the whole bullshit. But anyway, I'm not trying to mess with the game. And I started seeing these movies with Oscar Micheaux, and you can see them. I mean, they have them down at Texas Christian, I think it is, and in South Dakota, where he is. He can make a movie with all the black people in the world, but the only thing black people weren't allowed to do is put their eye on the donut. So they couldn't be the camera operator.
Oh, really?
Right. It's the craziest thing in the world. And they used to make movies, so they didn't know they were making movies. They always made them with music, like they were doing music videos.
Mm-hmm.
Nat King Cole, Lena Horne. There's always music in all of the movies.
So this guy, when was his time? When did he...
The 40s and 50s.
Oh, really? So he was really way before his
30s,
time.
40s, and 50s. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he was right in his time because the biggest entertainers in the beginning of television were black. Was Amos and Andy.
Right.
They were the biggest show there was.
They were huge.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and then it was so big that the Little Rascals in the 30s had to put Stymie and
Stymie.
what was the other one? Stymie and Richard Pryor. I mean, Eddie Murphy played them. Buckwheat.
Buckwheat, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like they wouldn't play that show in the South.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy. This
Or the
country.
South, I mean, you know.
Everyone says that. It's crazy. It's the craziest thing. So what I did is
I love Stymie.
I literally started a company called Black Folk Film Classics, and I had literally cataloged all the black folk films that we can get from the 30s to 40s. Because right now, if you go to TCM,
So you got a
Turner's-
catalog?
yeah,
Yeah?
Turn it classic movies.
Right.
You can see talkies. You can see silent movies. But you can't do that with it. Anytime you ever show a black film, is if it's a mama, if it's a pimp thing.
Right.
Like that was literally what it had to get to allow these movies to be made.
Right.
They had to show the lowest part of us.
You mean like the black exploitation movies?
Well,
Right.
with the movies about
Which
pimps, hoes, and the great actors.
I love some of them, bro.
I love them all because
Just
it was
'cause
the
they're fun.
only image that they felt that they wanted to perpetuate.
Right.
So having it is the greatest reason for having Tyler Perry. The greatest reason for God rest his soul, John Singleton,
Right.
Spike Lee, Antoine Fuqua. I know every black director is like, name my name, Sal. But I just wanted to give you those up front. It's important that happens, not just to tell the black story,
Right.
but to not tell the wrong story about black people.
I got you. You're
What's
right.
my Quentin Tarantino?
Quentin Tarantino, who's a big fan of that genre. I mean,
Huge.
he made a great movie about it, but that was Jackie Brown, which was inspired by the whole black exploitation. But he made like a really good, good version. Of
He
it.
did. But he also made Inglourious Bastards.
I'm not a big fan of Inglourious Bastards, but I love Jackie Brown.
Why would you not be a fan of Inglourious Bastards?
I'm just not. And I love his last movie.
Think about why were you not a fan of a movie?
Why was I not a fan? I don't know. The movie
He doesn't look that deep into things like that.
It didn't grab me.
No?
It didn't grab me. Jackie Brown, I loved. I liked the last one, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I really liked
that was a
lot.
great. Now, why I like that movie is because being out here, realizing a lot of these people we consider to be stars. When I was watching, I realized they were bipolar.
Right.
Yeah, and that's what I was seeing in that movie. And that's why I love Leonardo DiCaprio. You're wondering how I transitioned? I just realized the other shit was getting too deep. So
It's fine.
right.
I don't need to stay on Inglourious Bastards. I mean, if you're a fan of it, God bless. I mean,
But it was a good imaginary movie, and it gave us Schultz, and it gave us a different outlook.
Yeah. I mean, what did you think of Django? Did you like Django?
I love Django.
Me too.
This was the reason I love Django.
I do love Django.
Stacey Sher is a friend of mine. She produces it. She produces Quentin's movies too, all of Quentin's movies. And when she went down, and I shouldn't tell the story. When she went down, she realized it wasn't too far removed. There's a lot of things that have not changed and are in place and are accepted in this country. Proven fact, Charlottesville, Virginia. When those guys were marching in Charlottesville, Virginia with the lamps, right? We saw that and Spike put it in the movie.
Right.
Right?
Put it in the movie. Yeah.
I was going to play for the University of Virginia, which is in Charlottesville. And I knew when I got there in the 80s from Brooklyn, this ain't, Ralph Sampson's was like, yeah, man, we got it like this and this. And they never took me off campus. We didn't go into town. Is anybody going to take me into town? Nah, man, the campuses, they knew not to leave the campus. Can you imagine, as you can now tell, this very proud, educated, on what's happening black guy in Charlottesville in 1982? Oh, man, this shit would have been over.
I don't know.
You wouldn't have heard of me.
No.
Hey, man, this guy, man, it took him to the woods.
But you're right about one thing. It's not that far. People think people are far away from it, but they're really not.
They're
That
not
stuff
that
still
far.
exists. There's
They
still
do.
a lot of that mentality out there.
They still get jealous
Unfortunately.
that Kanye's with Kim. They don't realize they're just two humans.
Yeah.
My friend did a Cheerio commercial with a white woman.
You know who we're related to? Me and my brother?
Who?
We found out we're related to Bryant Gumbel. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
Spike was like, did you meet your cousin? Did you meet your cousin, Nick? I was like,
How did y'all become cousins with
I don't
Brian
know.
Gumbel?
My brother, they did that show, Finding Your Roots, and they
Yeah.
went back and
They did his lineage.
they went real far.
So you're,
We're cousins with him somehow.
because the slave master had sex with one of the slaves?
I don't know who they had sex with. Listen, we had kinky hair.
We
you
had?
know?
You
Oh,
have?
we do. One of my uncles.
Wait,
one
are you
time-
Italian or Sicilian?
I'm half Sicilian.
Wow. So you are more African than me.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I have it in me. You know what I mean?
So
I know.
when you get pulled over by the cops?
I was trying to tell my
Do they let
mother-
you go, or do they hold you?
It depends. I just try to tell my mother, because my mother looked Irish, my dad was dark. I said, but they don't look at me like you. What are you talking about? I go, because I look Puerto Rican. So they look at me different, you know?
Right.
She didn't understand because she was
didn't
more
understand.
white. You know what I mean? I mean, my uncle, one time we were looking in the books when I was a kid, he looked like Joe Louis. I said to my grandmother, who's the black guy? And she goes, that's not a black guy, that's Uncle Tony. I was like, holy shit. Uncle Tony looked like Joe Louis.
Wow.
This was the brown bomber, light-skinned guy. Well, somebody got in the family, you know, I don't know where. I went to Sicily, I saw people that looked like me. I was like, I'm a Sicilian.
Yeah.
You know, I was arguing with my brother-in-law the other day. He goes, you're white. I go, I'm not white, I'm Italian.
Yeah. Yeah. That is funny. Because that's what we used to say in New York. We used to say, yo, is he white dude? No, he was an Italian guy. I don't know what that even means.
Well, you know, you got to understand when Italians came to this country, they had to claim. There was an article in the Times about it that, you know, they just so people wouldn't be so hard because a lot of groups were prejudiced, but Italians took a lot of that heat. So I think that's why eventually they put down Caucasian or whatever.
Well,
But
I always
truly,
say this.
we're not truly.
I always say this. In the 60s, if we wanted to go eat, would you go in the front or the back?
I was a baby in the shit. What do you mean, being a black guy?
Yeah, like if this is how you can tell if you're white in this country. If there was a black force, if there was a color water fountain and a white one, which one would you drink from?
White one.
Then that means you're white. That means that you identify with white.
Do you remember that?
You mean that I would do that?
No, I tell people that all the time, and they get uncomfortable when I go, right, it's funny. Black people never questioned it. They were like, oh, damn. When he finishes and walk away, make sure nobody's around, and they go and they drink the water. So I said to my mother, I said, man, how was you doing that? I said, colored bathrooms? She said, Johnny, our bathrooms are really clean because we knew there was so few of them that if you used it, you cleaned up behind yourself because it wasn't going to be another one for a couple miles, and we cared for each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. She also told me about movies. She said, I've seen more movies, better movies, because you would have to go see them at a barn, at a Rex, right? And they would show up, they throw up the sheet, you pay your 5 cents, and everybody knew it was going to be there. They would dress up because they wanted who might interrupt it to
Right.
think they were going to church on a Saturday or Friday night festival. They still had to let white people, because if we gathered together, white folks wanted to know why. And it'd be movie night. And she would tell me about Oscar Michaud's movies. And then when I got old enough, I did all the research. And that was how we got, I know one, we brought it right back. See, they're wondering how we did it.
Let me give you John Salley's 10 favorite movies or best movies.
Do the Right Thing.
Do the Right Things in your top 10?
It was my #1 movie.
Great movie.
Pope of Greenwich Village.
Like the Pope of Greenwich Village?
Yeah, because Mickey,
Love it.
I liked acting. Everything that was New York, I liked seeing. The reason I tell you Do the Right Thing is my #1 movie, and I'm not kissing Spike's ass.
No, Do the Right Thing is a great movie.
Literally, I felt the heat building, not knowing there was heat building.
Right. In the movie.
In the movie.
You saw it in the theater, right?
Right.
You got to see that.
I was at the premiere.
You were at the premiere. Spike took us to see it one time with a predominantly black audience, and it was like out-of-body experience.
Yeah, and I was building like, man, they're pissing me off, man.
It made you feel things.
And then when it got down to it, I automatically was on this side of Sal's Pizzeria. Not because I was black. I felt that I needed to burn down Sal's.
You felt that way?
That's why I tell you, out of any movie
Really?
that's moved me, it was because I was like, yeah, you know what? Bugging out is pissing me off too, but yo, enough. And the only way you can respond is from the inside. It's why black people seem like they were burning on their own neighborhood. It's not their own neighborhood. It's what they're relegated to.
But why Spike throwing it through the window? When Spike worked for them?
Because Spike had to pick a side.
Pick a side?
Had to pick a side. It's a trip. And
That ending makes you feel a lot of things.
I like that he
mean-
picked his money up because no brother would have left it on the ground.
I mean,
Yeah, I don't need you get my shit and get on. I feel sorry for the pizzeria, but there's a lot of things inside, and once it happened, nothing else moved. Pope of Greenwich Village. Now, I love The Godfather. I'm going to give you this reason because
you're not putting The Godfather in the top 10?
I love The Godfather. It's in my top 10. I'm only going to mention the movies I love.
You're putting Do the Right Thing as your top
Yeah.
10 movie of all time
Star
for you.
Wars. Yeah, I'm just going to give you. I'm going to give you.
You
The
don't got to
numbers.
give me the order.
Do the Right Thing.
Okay. Pope of Greenwich.
Pope of Greenwich Village. Star Wars. Godfather.
1 and 2 or just 1?
1 and 2. Because it's a story, and I liked how he moved me along with it. I watched Boys in the Hood the other day on 4K, and I got a better feeling for it, but not my top 10. Not yet.
It's a great movie.
Gandhi.
Gandhi?
Yeah, my brother took me to the 3-hour thing and had literally you had a intermission.
Wow.
Which was a trip. Children.
Of a Lesser God?
No, what was it called? My God, I'm losing it right now.
See, you don't got enough water.
It was literally, it was a movie out of Brazil. It was not Children of Men. That was another great movie, but City of Gods.
Oh, okay.
Slumdog Millionaire. Life is Beautiful.
Life is Beautiful? I like it. I wouldn't.
You
put it
remember
in
when
the-
Life is Beautiful? He won 2 Academy Awards.
Mm-hmm.
And he stepped and walked over everybody and did all that stuff and got up. Never to be heard from. Like, America hated that. Like, he literally thought of a way to talk about the Holocaust from a different point of view. He
Sometimes
wanted-
winning an Academy Award is the kiss of death.
Yeah, I know, but he's
You
a
know?
great director. It was a great look. And I got one more movie. It was a movie that I saw when I was young, and it was, one was Blame It on Rio, but it was like, I think it was Blame It on Rome, or the Roman, what was the name of that guy? Anyway, my favorite movie I'm going to put up there with Spike is Sunset Boulevard.
Sunset Boulevard?
Yeah. Sunset Boulevard.
The original, you mean?
The original
Right.
by John Wilder. It was amazing. It was an amazing movie.
Favorite actors?
Sidney Poitier.
Denzel?
Denzel was a great actor, one of my favorite.
He's
yeah.
great.
Uh,
He is great.
uh,
When you look at his body of work, Sidney Poitier is really good, but
Samuel Jackson. Only because it seems that Samuel
he's incredible.
is himself in all the movies.
Can you believe he's never won? Has he even been nominated?
Like once or twice.
That's
for best-
ridiculous.
What's the guy? Lewis, John, what's that? Lewis Day,
Daniel Day-Lewis?
Daniel Day-Lewis.
He's incredible.
That dude is no joke.
He can bring it, bro.
Yeah.
You ever
Whoa,
seen?
I forgot one of my
you ever
movies.
seen
Tropic Thunder.
Oh, that's a terrific movie.
Cats don't get it.
That's a well, let me tell you something. Tropic Thunder. I don't know about a lot of your choices, but Tropic Thunder is a really,
That's
really
the shit, that movie.
That's a great
Oh
movie.
my God!
That's not just a good movie. That's really
a
like
good movie. It was a good movie. And cats go, how do you do? And I know I'm leaving a lot out.
no yeah.
Interstellar. I love Interstellar.
What'd you see recently that you like? Have you seen The Irishman? I just covered.
Better
it.
Healthness. BetterHealthness.com.
What is that?
That's for Better Belly.
Oh, Better Belly. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
You went off track there.
I went off track. Okay. Question again?
The Irishman, did you see it?
Irishman. Did you see it?
Not yet.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, see it in the theater if you can on the big screen. And
I
not
like
just-
Raging Bull.
You just like Raging Bull?
I like Raging Bull.
Scarface?
Wizard of Oz.
Scarface.
There's a lot of technical mistakes in that movie.
Scarface?
Yeah, I saw them all. It was driving me crazy. Now, let me tell you what's funny. So 1989, I'm here, and Spike is here, and we're doing this piece, right? Because I had a show on Inside Stuff while I was winning championships, and Spike was in Spike's room, and we were watching Rain Man. And there was a scene in Rain Man when the toothpicks fall. And he counts the toothpicks and all that stuff, and he comes back. And John Link, you remember John was with Spike? They were like continuity. First thing they looked back at is realized that the table was supposed to have changed, and it didn't. Like, they didn't have the catch up. Like, literally, whoever did it,
Right.
they shot that scene, did this, and kept going, not realizing they were going to come back to this scene when the thing was supposed to be out. And I was like, did you see that? He goes, we see everything. We see each piece of it. So then I started looking for things. I like Scarface. You knew the ending. Well, it was cool.
Right.
And
Mean Streets?
yeah.
Pope of Greenwich Village, did you know, is kind of a ripoff of Mean Streets?
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's the Johnny Boy character is basically the same character that Eric Roberts is playing.
Because everyone has one.
Yeah.
There's one in every
He's a
neighborhood.
fuck up, right?
There's a Paulie everywhere.
And he's almost doing like a bad imitation of what, De Niro's Johnny Boy, which was classic.
Really?
Classic. And then Keitel is the Mickey Rourke part. The guy that's he's trying to get out of the neighborhood. He's trying to do something right. And he's got this fuck up that's holding him back. And then the mob guy, his uncle was the mob guy. And then in The Pope, you got, who actually I think almost steals the movie, is Burt Young.
Yeah.
Burt Young is tremendous.
See, we should be able to flash up pictures.
But I still like the Pope, but I don't put it in
Summer
Mean Streets.
winds.
Yeah, he's a sucker for that. He likes Sinatra.
I love Sinatra, and I like the whole, just for
there's a book. There's a book called Mr. S. And then years ago, what do you call it? Was going to, Brett Ratner and Chris Tucker, I guess, were thinking about making a movie. But it's a great book. You should get it. It's all, this guy worked for Sinatra. He was a black guy.
Yeah.
For 20 years, he was his valet.
Yeah.
It's fucking great stories. It's a great movie.
I think about it.
We should get it. We should develop it. Mr. S.
I don't want to do any more movies about the help.
You don't want to do about the help?
I want some Black Panther shit.
All
We
right.
already know black people help
right.
y'all become great. We already know.
You own a cannabis company too, right?
Yeah, I own a cannabis company with my
wanna mention
daughter
that?
Tyler called Deuces22.com. You
get a pen for me?
Well, it's so funny. I didn't just remove vape.
It's not for me.
We decided, no, it's not for me. It's for my cousin, for this lady I know that's sick.
Yeah.
I've heard
I
about
don't do it.
Yeah, we don't
What,
do it
smoke
well.
weed?
No.
You should smoke weed.
Yeah, you should.
I
Yeah.
like it. It's good.
You should inhale.
not
You
my
should.
thing.
You should have some cannabis.
Really?
All he needs is like 2 puffs and he's good.
Or he can eat it.
Yeah.
Eat it.
But that may be too heavy at first.
Well, I won't put it in chocolate. I put it in salad. Because if we put it in salad dressing with grapeseed oil, not olive oil, and I give you a great salad with some chopped up butter in it, I guarantee you, 1, anything that was ever bothering you won't bother you. 2, you're going to drink the water because you're going to get cotton mouth. You're going to want water. And the more water you drink, the better it's going to be healthy for you. So the plant not only relaxes you, helps you with dopamine, it's going to get you to drink water, which is the establishment of life.
Maybe I should eat it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it makes no sense when you're against it. It's actually a very good thing.
Well, I am going to start with this water shit. Because,
Okay, start
Well,
now.
if you start with the water, you will shit. All right, I'm getting
Good.
out of here. I
Drink
got a
that
life.
away.
I love you.
We love you
Nikki,
too, man.
drink your
John
water.
Salley.
Better
Drink
health.
your water. Better health.
B-E-T-T-A health.
Better health.
Nis.
Nith.
Nis.
Nis.
S-N-E-S-S.com.
Better.
B-E-T-T-A health.
Health.
H-E-A-L-T-H-N-E-S-S-N-E-N-E-S-S.com.
Thank you, brother.
I love you.
Appreciate it, man.
See ya.
You're a good man.